Hi everyone, so today we're going to talk about the importance of hanging, getting your arms above your shoulders. So what's happened is we started off and essentially we evolved from monkeys. So we have monkey shoulders, we have the same anatomy as a monkey's shoulder. So this shoulder girdle is the perfect hanging mechanism, the way it's designed with its ball and socket joint. It can do all sorts of awesome movements specifically for hanging, so it's a great joint for that. But the problem is, in today's modern day society, we don't even get our arms above our head any longer. The majority of the time, most people are spinning their arms below their shoulder in this position, flexed over, pulling the shoulder forward, and that's why you see so many people with shoulder injuries and shoulder pain. So the way the shoulder works is it's a ball and socket joint, right? So what you want to think about is if this is my arm here, that's my arm here, and this is the socket of the joint, right? So what happens is the shoulder blade, if that's the socket, you see it sits like that, and that ball and socket should sit in the joint now. Now the problem is that the socket is sitting forward. What I mean by that is the shoulder blade is winging forward for the majority of the time because people are like this all the time. So if you try to take your arm above your head with your shoulder in this forward position all the time, what's going to happen is because the socket's jammed forward, it starts creating a pinching sensation in the front of the shoulder. So here the shoulder's forward, I try to take it forward, and it just doesn't want to go there. So because the anatomy of the joint is blocked up. So it's imperative to get this mobility into your shoulder. This overhead mobility is extremely important. So what you want to do to restore the over mobility in your body is get your arms up above your head on a regular occasion. And then to improve that, what you want to do is you want to get good at hanging, right? So I'm demonstrating this with my gymnastic rings, which I consider to be the best upper body training tool that there is. It's far better than lifting weights because it's more functional. You're lifting your body in a functional manner. So for example, what I mean by that is I can go to the gym and I can go be a stud and pull lots of weights on me, but that doesn't mean that I can do a pull-up because of the phenomenon called the closed chain and open chain phenomenon. So what I mean by that is the open chain weight training, you're pushing the weight towards you or pulling the weight towards you, which is functional to a degree, but with a lot of sort of the pulling exercises, pulling your own body weight up is the most functional manner of doing overhead pulling exercises. Far better than the lat pull down machine, for example. All right, so without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some tips on how to get started with your overhead hanging. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get your arms overhead. Now a lot of you are going to be in a position where just getting your arms overhead can be quite challenging. So what one can do is when you're doing this is when you hang, you can hang back at sort of an angle like this, and you can start getting better and start moving lower and lower and lower and lower into it. So eventually you're in a vertical hanging position like that. Once you can get that vertical hanging position, then what you can do is progress the vertical hanging position by lifting your legs up. So this here is just a passive hang. I'm hanging into my shoulders. So that's the next progression. The next progression from there is to be able to activate the shoulder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to depress my shoulders down. See how my shoulders are pulling away from my ears? So now I'm activating my shoulders down, depressing them. And that's the next progression from there. So that is your passive stretch and then your active stretch, yeah? So that's a good starting point, is to get into that. Aim to hold this stretch for approximately working up towards a minute, and if you do this on a daily basis, you'll find a significant improvement in the way your shoulder functions. And go for it. I challenge you all to get yourselves out there and try get accumulation of 7 minutes of hanging per day. So what you're going to do is not hang for 7 minutes, is you'd say find somewhere where you can go and hang off walk past there, go righto, I'm going to do, let's say 30 seconds. And then I'm going to go do my come back, do 1 minute. And the goal for you to do is to achieve a 7 minute of total hanging time through the day. And you'll find that you'll feel fantastic through your shoulders. All right, everyone, go forth well with that challenge. And I'd like to see you send me some videos of you doing your hanging challenge, which would be awesome. And we'll chat soon. Cheers, everyone.